Minister Patricia de Lille has fired the SA Tourism Board with immediate effect. Her office says this is due to the illegal board meeting convened earlier this month. Last month, de Lille warned the board about its failure to follow governance procedures, which she says undermines the board's integrity and could render the meetings procedurally invalid. The board was informed yesterday and was given time to submit written representations on why it shouldn't be dissolved. Meanwhile, the Institute of Directors of South Africa has raised concerns about the process. Let's get the view now of the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism, Ronalda Nalumango, who joins us now on the line. Chairperson, thank you very much for coming on this evening. Civil society are saying this is political interference. Those who are in the know of the King's Code of Governance are saying this is form over substance, that the substance of the matter would have been more critical that the board continue its fiduciary duties. What are the lawmakers saying?
Thank you, Thabo, and thank you for having me here tonight. The Portfolio Committee has not met yet because we are in recess currently, and Parliament will resume on the 2nd of September, and the board will therefore meet then. The Portfolio Committee will therefore meet then, and then we will then ask the Minister to come through to us and give us and take us into confidence and give us an explanation in terms of currently of what is happening.
Yeah, but from an overview point of view, continuity of the work of the board, do you think that should have been rather more paramount than the issues that the minister is raising around the minister being the one that must appoint a chairperson?
That is the legislative prerogative of the minister to appoint. In the meantime, the Tourism Act of 2024 allows the minister to appoint an administrator to oversee the affairs of SA tourism in order to provide leadership currently.
So the board saying that, well, the continuity mechanisms should have existed in place to say with the chairperson resigning in July, there must surely be a guiding policy and process that should provide for somebody to act in that key leadership role. Otherwise, you leave a vacuum for a very long time. As we are sitting now, it's the 20th of August, the chairperson would still have not been appointed.
You are correct. On the 31st of July, the chairperson of the board has resigned, and therefore the minister had some time to consider, either amongst the board members, etc. But as the minister have stated, a lot of things have happened. There was a meeting that has taken place where she's stating that amongst themselves, a chairperson was then appointed and they have continued. The Act gives the minister the prerogative to appoint a chair or an acting chair, and the board has therefore at that particular time contravened, and therefore I think the minister have then taken the route that she has taken, but she has not taken the Portfolio Committee into confidence. Now, what I'm reciting is exactly what we have seen in the media space and from the statement that the minister have released. As the Portfolio Committee, as I've said, we are currently on recess, and on the 2nd of September, we will then ask the minister to appear in front of the committee.
But how do you feel about what civil society is saying, especially Alta here, saying that what the minister has done amounts to political interference, first gross political interference, and represents a direct assault on governance and accountability within the state? They are saying that the minister should trust the decision of the board. Now, if you have a board that is serving in fear because the minister is going to fire us if we take a decision, it doesn't make for good governance.
I understand your point where you are coming from. However, the chairperson of the board has resigned at that particular moment. And therefore, the board had to wait for the minister to appoint someone. But the board then has continued, which we also understand that, there were probably duties that they needed to carry out. Yeah. And at that particular moment, when they appointed an acting chairperson, I'm not sure whether they were aware that, that they've infringed on the executive powers of the minister, because it's her executive powers to appoint.
Yeah. So they're asking, how were they then going to conduct their oversight if they've got to then wait for the minister to decide when she wants to appoint a chairperson, when there are issues that need to have been addressed in the interim?
You are correct. You are correct. However, the minister, as I've stated, have not taken us, the portfolio committee, into confidence. And we will be calling the minister to come and account to the portfolio committee on the 2nd of September, because this is now in the public discourse, and the committee do not have further information other than what we have seen in statements that have been published or that is making rounds in the public domain.
We appreciate your time, Chairperson. Thank you very much for coming on. The Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism, Ronalda Nalumango there.